Good morning, YouTube. We are starting a little late, right when the news is dropping for the US dollar. These are the major news baskets. We have our average hourly, non-farm, and employment rates. Quick intro to the channel. My name is Joey. I'm Hopeless Effects. I do 1 hour and 5 minutes analyses for 28 major Forex pairs, major and minor Forex pairs, as well as the indices, US 30, US 100, US 500, and golds. So, with this, let's get into it. This was an unfortunate loss from yesterday. Got in at the sell right here, looking for a bit of a break and a retest. Unfortunately, price continued up against us, and we can see this big price action candle here. From the news that just dropped. Second trade, GBPCHF. Got in yesterday, 1.135. 100 pip stop loss, 300 pip take profit. This is kind of just going sideways here, right around the entry, right around this market structure level. Another trade, looking to get short on GBPNZD as it breaks into 2.08, 2.1 area. So we shall see how this all works out. This one is it's not the best strategy, but the idea that typically doesn't go much higher than these levels. Doesn't crest much higher than 2.05 or 2.10 in the last 13 years. It's only done it twice. So yeah, that's one of the big ones we're monitoring. Let's get into the hourly for some of these guys. AUDCAD. Seems like the Australian dollar is quite bullish the last couple days. Something we need to be aware of. Not much on the AUDCAD there. Moving right along to AUDCHF. Similarly, not much here unless we look on the lower time frame and see a buy. Not really seeing much of a buy here. We have this slight resistance up here from the previous high. Price is continuing higher, but I'm gonna move along. Wow. This was one we ended up losing on earlier today. Right here. That's unfortunate. Set a nice 300 pip stop down here. Ended up getting taken out, and prices continued drastically in our favor. Oh well. AUDNZD. Nothing much on the hourly, but on the 5 minute, I think we're anticipating some sort of pullback opportunity to get in here. We have this nice ascending channel, lots of bullish momentum. But no clear level of entry. Maybe if price pulled back down here, 1.082, possibly could be a good level of entry. Previous resistance, support. Got this bit of a trend line support, but that all is contingent on AUDNZD pulling back, which I don't know if it necessarily will. AUDU looks like he's continuing to break up higher. I'm gonna leave this alone for now. CADCHF similarly, can't say I see a whole lot. There's this glaring level of market structure here where price could reject, but I'm not seeing much here. Otherwise, CADJ, nice bullish price action here. Price had come down to these levels and has started to continue up higher. On the 5 minutes. Similarly, not much here. Price makes a new high and comes back down to these 102 levels. We could think about getting into a buy, potentially. CJ. Price is still somewhat bullish. Again, another trade we took earlier in the week got knocked out on the entries up here. Try to take a reversal trade as well. Got knocked out there. Just not doing the best the past couple weeks. Let's move right along. Euro AUD. Nice double top. Sure enough, Aussie secondary pair price is dropping as the Aussie dollar continues to rally and be quite bullish. Check this guy out on the 5 minute. Some interesting price action. No, I mean, it's a pretty quick precipitous price fall. I'd like it to be a little bit more diagonal. Something that's a little bit slower, easier to catch onto. Grab a pullback when it comes back to it. Not much on the EURCAD either. EURCHF. Was previously looking for sells, but as we're making higher lows here and we're continuing higher, finding lots of support, we are going to stay out of this sell. Probably not worth it. Can't say I see much on the 5 minute either. EUROJPY kind of broken down, it's kind of going sideways. If all the yen pairs rally, I imagine Euro will too, but just not as strong as the other pairs. So if you're looking to go buy a Euro pair or a yen pair, probably best with one that's not the Euro. EURGBP, this was a sell we took earlier in the week. Right. Ended up hitting, well, 2 to 1. This shows 5 to 1. It was not. This is the one we captured. But outside of that, not seeing much else. Lots of sideways price action at the moment. EURNZD, similar rejection from these levels. Double top price could get some support around this level to continue higher, but it's not necessarily the strategy I trade, so we're just gonna stay out. EUROU, nice move higher. Alright. Nice breakout of the channel. Can't say we're looking for sells at this time, just because of this large price action. You can kind of see some higher low, higher low. We broke out of this level. Price could go higher, could go lower. We'd wait for market structure to form a little bit before we get into this one. GBPAUD, nice rejection from these super highs. Not much here on the 5-minute or the hourly. GBPCAD, pretty similar. Not a whole lot here. Kind of have some higher highs, but again, rejection off the support level here, or resistance level here. Not anticipating much. GBPCHF, this is the trade we took. I'm going to get rid of this because it's in one of the other ones below. Right down here. I'm going to set that alarm back up though. Alright. So still lots of opportunity to get into this trade. Maybe I'll add it to the live. Just give me 1 sec. Not going well. Too small of a desk here. Give me a sec. There we go. There we go. Alright, that's all set up. Since it is right around this level, again, just kind of throwing it into the live Telegram channel. So feel free to join that if you're interested. Not many trades go in just because of the time frame. Usually trading for only an hour in the mornings. Don't get to see a lot of 1 hour or 5-minute trades, but still, if we have a trade like this that's a bit of a carryover right around the entry, then I will re-upload it. Alright, moving along. GJ probably would have been the better J to get into. Nice entry here. Anyways, just being a little salty. Not much here, a little too high to get into at the moment. Possibly could be good for a pullback a little long. Again, GBPNZD price could possibly come down for some level of support to continue up a little higher, or it could just crumble. If it crumbles, we're kind of staying out of it. Or maybe catching it on the way down. If it continues higher, then there's an opportunity to get in closer to a higher price. GU, again, nice breakout. Probably gonna wait for some more market structure to form before we try to get into this guy. NZDCAD kind of meandering down here at this level. Could drop a bit more right now. He's just going sideways more or less on the 5-minute. Yeah, I don't feel this much here. NZDCHF could be a good opportunity when price comes up to get into a sell, but for now we're just gonna leave it. And J, maybe U. Similarly, not a lot of opportunity here. Could wait for price to form a bit more structure. As long as it respects the trend line, we could look to sell if price continues lower. USDCAD, big break out of this trend. Big quadruple, quintuple top, whatever you want to call it, into this huge rejection. USDCHF kind of continuing up in this nice ascending channel. Kind of missed out on any sort of swing low opportunity here on the base of the channel. Don't know if I see a lot of market structure that I would have thought was a good level anyways. USDJ. We'll see. He's making these highs. Could be continuing lower. I would not take this lower time frame descending channel as more or stronger confluence. Oh, let's change this guy. There we go. And what I mean is, obviously on the hourly, we can see he's quite bullish. This could be a bit of a break and retest to continue higher. On the 5-minute, however, we do have these lower highs and plenty of room to move down here before continuing higher. But we're just going to analyze, see, maybe try to catch a scalp on the shorter time frame for a sell as opposed to a bigger position. Simply put, you know, maybe get in here, keep it nice and tight to 300 pips and aim for a nice 2 to 3 risk reward if we see it get to a nice level, a nice juicy level. US 30, nice, doing well to maintain in this sort of channel. US 100 broke out of this wedge, retested, continued higher. US 5 similarly broke out of this triangle, retested, it's continued higher. It makes sense that US 30 is continuing higher as well. They're all sort of following suit. Gold, some pretty big rejection off that news. Some people are making some good money, some people are losing some good money off of the fundamentals of that play, I'm sure. Anyways, yeah, not much we found today that was worth trading, which is not totally untypical for a Friday. So we're just going to monitor these charts a little bit, maybe catch a 5-minute trade. Get rid of that guy. We are watching him down below. All right. That is it. Today's education is on system switching. System switching is just the system by which you trade. So it's quite common for people to go through losing streaks and decide their system doesn't work anymore. It's much more difficult to ask themselves, are they trading their system properly? Or are the losers in their system accounted for by probabilities? So, you know, you take a loss, you take one loss, you're just like, but you know, you're upset, you know, nobody wants to take a loss, but you can't trade and not take losses. It's impossible. So then you take 2 losses, 3 losses, 4 losses, you start to accumulate losses and you start to think, oh, this system is shit. Let's start a new one. Let's go from market structure indicators, or let's go from indicators to market structure. Let's go from one of these indicators to the second batch of indicators. And so just after 5 losses, you immediately switch systems. You don't give your system a chance to work. You don't try to identify if you are the issue with the system. Imagine where you'd be if you picked a system and stuck with it for a year and just fine-tuned it and tweaked it and made it into this workable system. Remember, at the end of the day, trading is gambling, and some of the most successful gamblers are casinos, and casinos have a 3% profit edge, something like that, which means casinos give back something like 48, they give back between 47 and 48% of the wins, and they keep something like 53, 52% of the profit, or of what's played. So really just a tiny win, but over thousands, tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of people gambling, that's enough for it to be profitable and be quite profitable. So just fine-tune your edge, figure out what your edge is, figure out what you like to trade, and stop system switching. You're doing yourself a bigger disservice from swapping systems than you are from trying to identify what's wrong with your system, whether it be you or some little tweak that you can make. You know, maybe your system is about trading the trend and you keep on getting losses anti-trend trading. That's not a problem with your system, that's a problem with you. Maybe when you trend trade, you should be looking at having a certain amount of touches on the trend, or having a certain amount of touches on the market structure. It's important to have very defined rules before you get into a trade, and for your rules to be followed when you're trading. Anyways, that's it for today. Thank you all for attending. Hope you have a good week. See ya.